Test 1 2. All right. Let me get settled in. Woke up to some amazing news this morning. Test 1 2. All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I am Creole, one half of Untwisting the Game Crypto, where we discuss all things Bitcoin, Polkadot, and Cardano, NFTs, and the metaverse. We are not financial advisors, but we realize our words carry weight. At times, there may be something we miss or something we get wrong, so always do your own research. And today, I want to discuss a major milestone for the Polkadot team and the start of a new era. For DeFi and Web3, Polkadot is ready for parachain auctions. Let me repeat that. Polkadot is ready for parachain auctions. Motion 118 has been submitted to the Polkadot Council to begin auctions on November 11th, 2021, less than 30 days away. This proposal is scheduled to be the first set of parachain auctions on Polkadot, as well as get council buy-in to a recommended strategy for the scheduling of auctions on a 3 to 6 month basis. So this announcement, and I'm going to pull it up here. This announcement was released actually in the middle of the wee hours of the night by the Polkadot team. And this article is going to provide some insights into the Polkadot's technical readiness versus maturity, and the auction process and schedule. I'm going to let a couple more people trickle in, and I will jump into the announcement. As always, good vibes over here at the channel Untwisting the Game Crypto. Very exciting day today. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the announcement. This was released on Polkadot.network. Again, in the wee hours of the night, but a lot of good information here. Polkadot is ready for parachain launch. The auction dates have been proposed. All systems a go. Yes, we've been waiting for this, right? For quite some time. If you've been following the channel, we've been very bullish on Polkadot, specifically the parachain auctions. So the announcement says, almost exactly 5 years after the vision of a heterogeneous multi-chain framework was first outlined in the Polkadot Whitepaper, aka the Polkadot Paper. Wow, it's been 5 years already. That time flies. Parachains are now officially ready for launch on Polkadot. And this is why Michelle and I have been telling you the past year to stack your bags, because this moment was coming and it is here. And already we've seen a 50% increase in the Polkadot price just on this news alone. And we haven't even hit all-time highs. So let's continue into the announcement here. The news that Polkadot is now technically capable of supporting its first parachains, announced today by Polkadot founders Gavin Wood and Robert Habermeyer, was followed shortly by a motion for Polkadot Council to open up the network's first parachain slot auctions, proposed to begin on November 11th, 2021. Parachains are the diverse, specialized blockchains that connect to the Polkadot relay chain and constitute the multi-chain aspect of Polkadot's groundbreaking multi-chain architecture. They represent the final piece of core technology outlined in the Polkadot Whitepaper, and their launch marks the last stage of Polkadot's multi-phase launch process, which began on May 26, 2020 with the launch of the initial proof of authority version of the Polkadot relay chain. Let's move into the next section of the announcement, technical readiness. Speaking at the Sub-Zero conference today on behalf of Parity Technologies, the engineering team commissioned by Web3 Foundation to build Polkadot's initial implementation, Wood and Habermeyer announced Parity's position that all technical barriers to parachain launch on Polkadot have been surpassed. And if you missed this conference today, you can actually go over to youtube.com and there is a channel entitled Parachains. That's it, just Parachains. Their website is parachains.info. They have uploaded all of the videos from today's talk, and the talks continue into tomorrow as well. So as you see here, uploaded 8 hours ago was the keynote by Gavin Wood, and then the Parachains update by Robert Habermeyer. So definitely take a look at those videos if you did miss them, because they are jam-packed with a lot of good information for questions and answers, and you can learn quite the deal there. So moving into the announcement, it continues. They explained that Parachains, auctions, and crowd loans code is now ready for initial production release on Polkadot. The last technical steps necessary to complete before launching Parachains on Polkadot were the completion of Polkadot's full code audit, which is now done, and the finalization of parachain disputes, which can now move forward. In addition, parachains have already been running successfully on Kusama, Polkadot's canary network, since the launch of StateMine on June 3rd, 2021. Since then, 11 parachain slot auctions have successfully taken place on Kusama for a grand total of 12 live parachains. These parachain teams have conducted several forkless upgrades on the network and processed several million transactions. And that is a key here. The forkless upgrade, right? Polkadot uses runtime, right? Runtime upgrades allow Polkadot to change the logic of the chain without the need of a hard fork. And if you know Ethereum, when they go through hard forks, it's always a deal, right? So Polkadot is just superior code. Moving on, in conjunction with Kusama Parachain auctions, over 2.4 million KSM Kusama tokens has been contributed to crowd loans by more than 49,000 unique addresses, demonstrating significant community participation in the parachain launch process. The fact that such activity has been taking place on Kusama for over 4 months without significant issues is an important factor in considering parachains ready for launch on Polkadot. Now let's move into the next section here. And if you listen to Robert Habermeyer's talk, he goes into very depth on this section, readiness versus maturity. An important point to note, explained Habermeyer, is that being ready for an initial production release does not necessarily mean the code is fully mature. Readiness means parachain code is feature complete, has been unit and integration tested, has been audited and deployed and demonstrated on Kusama and Rococo, but may still contain uncaught bugs. The road to maturity means making sure the code is highly optimized, battle-tested, and stable. Optimizations in the works, according to Habermeyer, include contextual execution, which will speed up the block times, parathreads, Polkadot's pay-as-you-go model for parachain connection, and several low-hanging network optimizations. Now, because of this gap between readiness and maturity, Parity has recommended a conservative approach to parachain rollout, suggesting that a reasonable approach would be to ensure that until the code is mature, the total number of parachains onboarded to Polkadot does not exceed 75% of the number running on Kusama at any given time. So that's really interesting. You know, they're really taking their time here to make sure the rollout goes according to plan and flawlessly, right? So if we do the math here, right now there's 12 parachains on Kusama's network. So what they are saying here on Polkadot, there will never be more than 75% of the parachains compared to Kusama. So we know at least there's going to be 9 parachains moving forward in the near future, because that's the 75% of the 12 right now on Kusama. All right, moving on. It was also noted that should any unexpected and significant issues arise, Polkadot governance may need to pause auctions until those issues are resolved. So that's very interesting that they're giving us note here that, hey, if we see any type of bug or any type of issue, we are going to pause the auction. So keep that in mind when we are going over the auction date schedule. It may get postponed, and they're giving us that. They're telling us that now. They're getting us ready for any issue that may come up. All right, final section in the announcement here: auction process and schedule proposed by on-chain governance. Parity's technical recommendations cleared the way for Polkadot governance to determine what initial auctions schedules would look like. Shortly after the announcement of technical readiness for parachains, Motion 118 was submitted to the Polkadot Council to begin auctions on November 11th, 2021. According to this proposal, which is now going through a public referendum, the first batch of 5 auctions would take place with 1 new auction each week. Okay? Now, with a second batch of 6 auctions to take place with 1 new auction every 2 weeks. So in the first batch, auctions are going to be weekly. In the second batch, which are going to have 6 auctions, it's going to be bi-weekly or every 2 weeks. Let's continue on. The first batch of 5 parachains would be onboarded to Polkadot at lease period 6. Okay, let me repeat that. The first batch of 5 parachains would be onboarded to Polkadot at lease period 6, which begins on approximately December 17th, 2021. So what this is telling you is if there is a project to win a parachain, the first, second, or third parachain, that doesn't mean that they're going to be automatically activated on Polkadot, right? So that's going to begin on December 17th. So you can win a parachain slot and have to wait another month or so until you can actually plug in. So rather than being onboarded immediately following each auction, as has occurred on Kusama. So that's the difference between Polkadot and Kusama. And we know this, right? In Kusama, it's expect chaos. With Polkadot, they're going to do a little bit more caution in rolling out these parachains. Now, the second batch of 6 auctions would be onboarded for lease period 7, which begins approximately March 11th, 2022. Each auction on Polkadot will assign a parachain slot for a total of 96 weeks, divided into 8 12-week lease periods, as opposed to Kusama's 48 weeks. And we already knew this, that the parachain slots on Polkadot would last a little bit longer than the Canary network Kusama. Let's move on. As with Kusama, each 7-day auction on Polkadot will consist of 2 periods, okay? A starting period followed by an ending period. On Polkadot, the starting period is 1 day and 18 hours, and the ending period is about 5 days. Okay, if that doesn't make too much sense, it will once we go over the schedule below. Let's continue. Bidding ends on the 7th day, when the precise moment of the auction's close is determined retroactively by an on-chain randomness function, VRF. The auction can end at any point during the ending period, a key aspect of Polkadot's candle auction system, which prevents last-minute auction sniping for better price discovery. And I went in this in a little bit more detail about their candle auctions in previous videos. Just go to the Polkadot ecosystem playlist and have fun and learn. Let's move on with the announcement. Those who wish to participate in parachain crowd loans should note that they will need unbonded DOT tokens to participate, and the current unbonding period on Polkadot is 28 days. So if you have your Polkadot on cold storage or any one of the number of exchanges and you are bonding and receiving staking rewards, let's unbond, right? Depending on the exchange, there may be a difference in time as far as the unbonding period. I know Kraken allows you to unbond at any given moment, but if you do have your DOT on cold storage like a Ledger Live and you're staked to a validator, go ahead and unbond those DOTs so they can be free to participate in the upcoming crowd loans for parachains. Moving on. User-facing functions such as registering parachains and opening crowd loans have not been done yet and will need to be enabled by Polkadot governance. If on-chain governance approves the crowd loan module to be available on-chain, the parachain teams will decide when to start their crowd loan, which can be before or after the start of the first auction. So, ladies and gentlemen, things are going to unfold very quickly. We know the date for the first auction is November 11th. You know, these teams, they have been preparing for these Polkadot Parachains, and I'm really excited how they roll out their crowd loans and how they tweak their rewards for participating in the crowd loans. Okay, let's go to the ending of the last section here about the 2 batches and the dates. Okay. Now, if approved by Polkadot's on-chain governance, the initial auctions will take place on Polkadot as follows. Note, the dates are approximate. Why are these dates approximate? Because they told you at any given time, we may pause the auctions if we see any type of bugs or errors arise. Okay, so batch 1, all right, we're going to have auction 1. Auction 1 starts on November 11th, 2021. The ending period starts on November 13th. The bidding ends on November 18th, 7 days after the start of the auction. So keep that in mind. These are weekly auctions on batch 1. So auction 2 will begin on November 18th. The ending period starts on November 20th, but the bidding ends November 25th. Okay. Auction 3, again, we're moving on, 7-day intervals. Auction 3 will start on November 25th. The bidding will end on December 2nd. Auction 4 starts on December 2nd. The bidding ends 7 days later on December 9th. Then finally, the auction starts on, the 5th auction starts on December 9th, and the bidding ends on December 16th. What is the one common theme that the first batch has? That they will not be onboarded until December 17th to Polkadot. So it doesn't matter which auction you win or what order, we're all going to be onboarded on the same date, right? December 17th. So that's a little something different between Polkadot Parachains and Samba Parachains. Now let's look at batch 2. If you notice, batch 2 actually has 6 different auctions. Batch 1 only has 5 auctions. Why? Because in batch 1, the first parachain is actually going to be a common good parachain, which common good parachains do not have to crowd loan for a parachain slot. They are given those parachain slots. Okay, so batch 2. Auction starts December 23rd. Bidding ends December 30th. Auction 7th. Auction starts January 6th. The bidding ends January 13th. Again, the 7-day interval here. Auction starts January 20th for auction 8. Then the bidding will end January 27th. Auction 9, auction starts February 3rd. Bidding ends February 10th. Auction 10, February 17th. The auction begins. The bidding ends February 24th. And then finally, auction 11th. The 11th auction, which will be the 12th parachain, begins March 3rd, 2022, and the bidding ends March 10th, 2022. Okay, what's the common theme for the second batch of auctions, right? The winning parachains will be onboarded March 11th. Okay? All right, so that is some really good, important updates from the Polkadot Parachain. Again, I really encourage you to listen to the Sub-Zero conference today. I will leave a link to register for it in the description below, because this conference continues tomorrow. It began today. Now, if you missed the conference today, I'll say this again, head on over to the Parachains YouTube channel, and they have uploaded all of the talks from the Sub-Zero conference today. Again, Gavin Wood gave the keynote speech there. Okay, with that, I'm going to head to the chat for a little bit, and we will answer any questions or comments. Let's take a look. Michelle URL says, great news. Yes, this is fantastic news. I can't believe it's been 5 years since the white paper. That time flies by, but we are here. We are totally excited. This is what we have been stacking for the past 3-4 years, for this moment hit now. Michelle URL says, hit that thumbs up, y'all. Yes, hit that thumbs up. A lot of people are talking about these auctions, but they really haven't gone over the actual Polkadot press release. And we are going to have weekly Polkadot updates when the parachains arrive, and we're going to provide you not just updates, but news, stats, and actually what our portfolio looks like moving into these auctions. Okay, back to the chat. Streamlabs, okay, says join our Discord. That's a bot. Crawford, what's up? Exciting stuff. Yes, exciting stuff indeed, Crawford. We're going to be, on a yacht somewhere with our grandchildren, telling them about this time that we are experiencing right now. It is a major milestone, not just for the Polkadot team, but all of cryptocurrency and also all of humanity. The future will be multi-chain for sure, and Polkadot definitely has its own lane in achieving that. And we can see here Polkadot is up 32% the past 24 hours. It's up to $41. Look at this. Polkadot market cap 43 billion. It's creeping up on Solana, right? I'm willing to bet by the time I come live again Sunday and talk about the top 10, Polkadot will have flipped Solana. Rightfully so. Rightfully so, right? And thank you for joining me. I am going to end out here. Let's play a song, right? Y'all know I love to jam out, so let's play a song here on the way out. I'm gonna keep my eye on the chat, and expect Polkadot to go intergalactic with price, okay? And I'm gonna segue that into this song ending out. Thank you for joining me. I am Creole. I am one half of Untwisting the Game Crypto, where we discuss all things Polkadot, Bitcoin, Cardano, NFTs, the metaverse. Michelle comes live too. So definitely like, subscribe to the channel. We'll keep pumping out this Polkadot content and Cardano content. A lot of things are going on. All right. Let me know if you have any questions or comments in the live chat. I am going to roll out at the end of this song. Oh my gosh, hey, I'm so ready for this. I'll tell you what, there were times I didn't eat in order to buy DOT tokens, right? There were times I didn't go to the club or the bar to buy Polkadot tokens, right? All that sacrifice and delayed gratification is about to pay off for us all. I'm really happy about that. You know, there's about to be so much FOMO into the Polkadot, the DOT token, once people realize the power that the DOT token has, right? Because there's going to be over 100 parachains on the Polkadot relay chain, right? And all those transactions are going to get validated and verified by the Polkadot token. All right. And I would like to make a correction here. The DOT token wasn't released until 2020. It's felt like years, right? But the project has been around for 5 years since the white paper. We've been stacking. I am about to bounce out. Everyone have a good evening, good night. Michelle has several videos already recorded she'll be releasing throughout the week. I'm going to try to go live again tomorrow, and I am going to cover the Stacks Network second layer solution on top of Bitcoin. Very exciting things there. And then, as always, I'll be back live on Sunday. Everyone have a good evening.